The moment you change who you believe you are, your entire future shifts. Identity is the root of success. Before habits change, before money grows, before discipline hardens into steel, there is one thing that decides everything. Not your talent, not your luck, not your circumstances, your identity. Every action you take is loyal to the person you believe you are. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your self-image. And this is where most lives quietly break, long before failure ever shows its face. A man who sees himself as weak will sabotage strength even when opportunity knocks. A woman who believes she is ordinary will reject extraordinary chances as not for me. Not because they lack ability, but because success feels unfamiliar, unsafe, undeserved. Dale Carnegie understood this deeply. He didn't teach people tricks, he taught them transformation. Because once the inner story changes, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Look at history. Before Abraham Lincoln freed a nation, he saw himself as a servant of purpose, not a victim of poverty. Before Henry Ford built an empire, he identified as a builder, not a mechanic stuck in limitations. Before Walt Disney created worlds, he refused to see himself as a failed artist fired from a newspaper. Their power did not begin with resources, it began with identity. Most people try to change behavior first. They force discipline, they chase motivation, they copy routines. But behavior without identity is borrowed energy. It never lasts. You can act confident for a moment, you can hustle for a season, but eventually you return to who you believe you are. This is why thought discipline matters, because thoughts are not random, they are votes for an identity. Every time you think, "I can't," you strengthen a weaker version of yourself. Every time you think, "This is who I am," you carve that identity deeper into stone. Success is not built by doing new things. It is built by becoming a new person. And becoming is uncomfortable because growth always feels like betrayal of the old self. Your old habits will fight you. Your old comfort zones will whisper, "This isn't you." People around you may resist, not because they hate you, but because your change threatens their certainty. But listen closely. If your current identity created your current results, then protecting that identity guarantees the same future. Clarity begins when you ask a dangerous question. Who must I become to live the life I want? Not what must I do, not what should I buy. Who must I be when no one is watching? The disciplined think differently. The resilient speak differently to themselves. The successful move with a quiet certainty long before results appear. And that certainty is not arrogance, it is alignment. Identity is the root. Everything else, habits, money, influence, confidence, are only branches. Change the root, and the entire tree must change with it. And here is the truth most people never confront. Your identity is shaped in silence. Not in big speeches, not in public wins, but in the private moments when no one is watching and you decide what a moment means. When you fail, do you say, "This proves who I am"? Or do you say, "This is training"? When you feel tired, do you think, "I'm not built for this"? Or do you think, "This is the price of becoming stronger"? Those inner responses are not small, they are rehearsals for your future. A weak identity avoids pressure. A strong identity expects resistance. That is why disciplined people don't rely on motivation. Motivation is emotional and temporary. They rely on identity, and identity is steady. Dale Carnegie taught that confidence is not loud behavior, it is inner agreement. When your actions align with who you believe you are, hesitation disappears. This is why some people keep promises to themselves and others don't, not because of willpower, but because breaking a promise feels like a violation of identity. A disciplined person doesn't say, "I'll try." They say, "That's not who I am anymore." Identity turns effort into instinct. Look closely at your daily choices. They are not random, they are loyal. Your phone habits, your work ethic, your patience, your consistency. Each one is serving an identity, either consciously or unconsciously. And here's the shift that changes everything. You don't wait for evidence to upgrade your identity, you decide first. The world rewards those who move as if before results arrive. Not pretending, not lying to themselves, but choosing alignment before confirmation. When Edison failed thousands of times, he didn't say, "I'm a failure." He said, "I'm an inventor learning faster than everyone else." Same events, different identity, different destiny. Your mind will test you when you change. Old thoughts will return. Old doubts will knock. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means the old identity is fighting for survival. Let it fade. Every disciplined thought weakens the old self. Every intentional action feeds the new one. You don't become strong by waiting to feel strong. You become strong by acting in alignment with strength, again and again, until it becomes automatic. Identity is not declared once, it is reinforced daily. And the moment your inner language changes, your outer life begins to follow. This is how success is built, quietly, relentlessly, from the inside out.
This channel isn't for everyone. It's for those who choose discipline over excuses.